Okay. Well, first of all, I do appreciate both of y'all's time, Dr. Fletcher and Tanya. And I got to ask you, first of all, Dr. Fletcher, how is virtual reality being used for veterans facing PTSD?
Yeah, so Tonya and I'll talk a little bit about virtual reality therapy. But before we get into those details, I want to kind of provide some context. So we know that post-traumatic stress disorder is a disorder of avoidance. And that means that warriors spend a lot of time trying to avoid painful and uncomfortable memories, which really limits where they go and how they experience the world. Virtual reality therapy creates a safe place for a warrior to experience their trauma. And it is vivid and customized to that person's unique experience, down to the sounds, the vibrations, even the smells. And then after a warrior goes through that piece of it, they meet with a therapist to help process their reactions and then learn skills and tools to take the power back from those memories and really leave them feeling equipped and empowered to live a full and vital life.
Well, Tanya, first of all, I want to thank you for your service, first
You're
of
welcome.
all. I got to ask you, so when your PTSD was at its worst, how did it feel?
Well, it wasn't a good feeling at all. Excuse me. I was in a really bad place. So much so that I thought that, it always seemed like I was in the ring with the heavyweight boxer, just being knocked down over and over and couldn't get up. But fortunately, I had the resilience and the mental fortitude to reach out to Wounded Warrior Project and ask for help. And then, was part of the 2-week program with Warrior Care Network in the virtual, and part of that was the virtual reality as well.
So when you first heard about the virtual reality therapy for PTSD, what did you think about it?
I thought it was something out of space, something. I had no clue, it was scary talking about it, or, just kind of, the medical personnel were trying to explain that to us and that. But what happens is, they're so good and so much, just their expertise. They were able to pull back the layers and get down to the core of what's needed and why this is helpful for us suffering from PTSD. But yeah, it was very scary in the beginning, but I am so happy that I was a part of that program and was a part of the virtual reality piece.
So Dr. Fletcher, how do we know these technologies are effective?
Yeah, so research shows that exposure therapy works. And as Tonya mentioned, in our Warrior Care Network program, this 2-week model of care, we've been using this type of treatment for nearly a decade. In addition to that, our warriors tell us it's effective. Warrior Care Network has over a 91% completion rate, compared to about 50% in other similar type programs. There's a 96% satisfaction rate. And so that's really compelling in the sense that, as Tonya talked about, you're going through something really intense and it can feel very overwhelming and scary. But when you leave, you're equipped with these tools to make it less scary and less overwhelming. So much so that, participants in the program would tell their friends and their battle buddies to go through it themselves. And I think the absolute best part is that this treatment only takes 2 weeks and the results last. On average, if a warrior comes in at a severe level of PTSD, they're graduating the program with moderate to mild levels of PTSD, and those results last well beyond their time at Warrior Care Network.
So Dr. Fletcher, tell us about the research Wounded Warrior Project is funding around artificial intelligence.
Absolutely. So first, we know that not every treatment works for everybody. And, we've had a lot of warriors come to us at Wounded Warrior Project saying that I've tried a lot of different things. I did what Tonya talked about. I asked for help, and nothing seems to be working. And that kind of disappointment and frustration, leads to hopelessness and feeling like there's no way out. And so what artificial intelligence can provide is a way to predict how well a warrior is going to respond to a specific type of treatment. And that also lets us make real-time adjustments to their course of treatment while they're there with us, which saves time, money, frustration, and gets them back on the road to recovery much faster and in a more precise way.
And so, Tanya, tell us about your experience with VR at the Warrior Care Network.
So my experience with VR at Warrior Care Network, you know, I think I might have mentioned earlier, they put this headset on you and you kind of like in this virtual place like you see with kids playing the game and that. And that's really true. That's exactly what it is. And you go into a room and you have a computer monitor behind you. And what happens is they put you back in the scenario, or they put you back in the trauma. I think Dr. Fletcher mentioned the sights, sounds, you know, the noises and vibrations and things like that. So it's almost like you're right back in that trauma again, all the way down to the point where they can put you in the same seat that you were sitting in the vehicle. And once you're done with that process, and then you come out of the room and you speak with your therapist, and at that point, you know, in ongoing treatment, they're able to determine the resources and skills that's needed to help you on your way to recovery.
And then obviously, Tonya, you know, serving in the military, you know, doing what you've done in the military, for viewers or people out there, whether you're a military member or maybe a non-military member living with PTSD, what is your message?
So my message to anyone, particularly our warriors, is to first of all, you know, ask for help. You know, and then to be open to new ways of healing. And again, especially for our warriors, because they absolutely deserve to be healed so that they can live a better life, a wonderful life, and enjoy, you know, everything that the world has to offer.
And Dr. Fletcher, if anyone's interested in this, how would they learn about it? How would they get in touch with this project?
Yeah, so if you want to learn more, I would encourage you to check out our website at woundedwarriorproject.org/combat stigma. That's going to take you to our webpage that outlines all of our programs and services, and it'll tell you how to get connected and begin your recovery.
Well, Tonya, again, Command Sergeant Major Tonya, appreciate your time. Thank you for your service, being an Army veteran myself. I appreciate all that you do. And is there anything else that maybe I missed or anything I need to get out?
Well, no, I just want to say thank you for your service as well. And thank you for getting that rank right, child.
That's right. Hey, so what? Non-coms are the backbone of the military.
There you go. That's right.
So, all right. Well, I appreciate your time. Y'all have a wonderful and blessed day. And thank you so much.